Hello, and this is a sanding tutorial from Isai Casasola. I am a Battleborn Elite member and a member of the Sensei Jewelers in collaboration with Wesley Woods. This is a sanding tutorial and other modifications that are able to do New Guard America stock. This tutorial is going to be short and simple, and we're going to go through all the kind of modifications that are able to do on your New Guard America stock that will give you a better overall experience while drilling, practicing, and competitively spinning or performing. And we're going to start out with our tools that we're going to be using today. Today we're going to be using these increments of sandpaper of 80, 120, 122, 320, 400, and then starting with water sanding right here, which is very important for this tutorial, with 800, 1000, and 2000. This is a requirement for this tutorial. And you have this little helper right here is just to help you sand, to make the sides a lot more even. This is optional. You do not need this. You can do this by hand or an orbital sander. I will only suggest an orbital sander if you know what you're doing, but you can do this all completely by hand. It is faster, but I highly only suggest it if you know what you're doing, but it's completely fine if you do it by hand or with a little helper tool to help you sand the stock entirely. As well as we have these other tools right here. This is for the blown out bit right here, that this is also repairable. And we have the lighter that we're going to be using. If you are under 18, I will only do this under parent supervision. And I'm not responsible if you burn your stock, it turns to a candlestick, or you burn your house down. I am not responsible. If you're under 18, I will have a parent watch you do this, or a parent do it for you. And also we have the sander heads for the attachment right here, the attachment, and you need an actual Dremel for this. And then another modification we'll be doing later in the video is to get rid of the sharp edges. You don't have to necessarily get this. This is a deburring tool for like pipes. You can also use this for the sharp edges of your stock, which these are sharp and never done before. So we're going to be going over that too as well. You don't need this, but you can do it with a sandpaper, like 120 or 220 even. Works the same, but this is a lot quicker. And yeah, now we're going into the tutorial. Something I forgot to mention, you will also need glue gun and a microfiber cloth. This is just so when towards the end of the sanding process that you are able to basically, this is a finisher for the stock, just so the colors will come out. And this, you don't need this exact bottle, but some kind of glue gun, glue off, or something of that sort will work. For the first modification we're going to be doing, we're going to try and fix the little cracks around the rifle. As you can see, there are cracks right here, and right here. Throughout when we drill, this is going to get blown out a lot, and I'm going to show you how to fix it. For this part, if you're under 18, get a parent or guardian for this part, either for them to watch you or for them to do this for you. And be careful when you do this part. Be very cautious. Have water or an extinguisher if you burn your stock. So what you're going to be doing, since majority it's going to split open down the middle, but right here it's basically punched in all the way. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a lighter and ever so careful you're going to not physically touch it, but like at a distance, so you want the heat to come in contact with the stock, and it might burn the edges off, like so. It might, and if so, have some water on standby, or if it's like a little itty-bitty flame, just blow on it. But you want heat. You want heat. That is the goal, and the reason being is you want the plastic to be malleable. So you're able to basically pinch it together, but you're not going to physically pinch it together. Do not touch the stock while it is hot, because you're going to burn yourself. And yeah, so you're gonna take a lighter and go basically like brush it like this ever so slightly, because you want the heat. Use a different lighter. You want the heat. You want the stock to become a little hard. If it starts to get smoky, turn off the flame, blow on it a little bit. Just be very careful with this step. Be very, very careful. I'm gonna say this again, if you're under 18, have a parent or guardian to help you with this step. I do not condone doing this if you're underage. I'm not responsible. It's just a tutorial. So now it's getting to the point where it's basically not too liquidy, but now it's almost getting to the point where it's malleable. It won't guarantee the strength as it was before. This is just for looks mainly. It'll give it some I guess the strength back, but not entirely in that sense. But we want this gone, because if we stick our hand here, it's going to hurt us when we start drilling. So that's why we're gonna fix this. Both. For some people, the crack may look different. All we need to do is just flatten this. That is it. It's okay if it gets charred right back here. It is okay. Because like I said, we're going to fix this later when we sand. So it should look somewhat like this. It's okay if there's char right here. What you're going to do is take a flat object and you want to flatten it out as possible. Because now it's going to be much more malleable than what it was before. So I'm taking my lighter. You can take like a knife or a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, or you can do it with a butt plate, anything flat. So you see now, this is what it looks like now. We're still going to add more heat. We're gonna flatten it as much as we can. And this is what it should look like when you're done flattening it out. It's okay if it's charred. Right here we're going to be fixing it later. Now we're going to move on to the next modification, which is now we're going to be shaving the edges, just so when we do any slabs or any catches, it won't snap, the skin won't snap. It won't hurt us as much, and it'll feel better to drill with. So right here I have my deburring tool. This is what plumbers use for pipes for the same purpose what we're going to be doing for this stock. So what you're going to do is you want to hold it at a downward angle and you want to scrape towards you basically, and you want to add very light pressure, but not too light, but not too, you don't want to dig too much out, because the goal for this modification, you want to get the sides nice and rounded. One thing I do want to point out, when you do this, it is okay if you leave some edges that are uneven. When we get to the sanding part, it's all going to even itself out and feel a little better. Trust the process. And, yeah. Right here we have carved out right here this edge from here, from the swivel to here. It is a little uneven, which is fine. It's going to be evened out later. This side I have not. You can tell that it's still pretty sharp versus this side. You do not want to do it too much, or else you're going to ruin it. Just like 1 or 2 scrapes. That is it. You do not need anything more than that. And you want to do this side from here to basically the end or the bayonet lug. You want to do the same thing with the hand guard as well. Now we're going to fix the indent right here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take now your Dremel, you're going to attach the piece to it now, and now you're going to basically try to smooth it out as much as possible to get it at the same level as the stock. Go at a slow pace. Do not rush this part. Take your time with it. And now, yeah. As well as, since you might as well dremeling out this area, you can start to Dremel out this area right here, because there's already like a line normally on the new guard stock, and right here where the switch would be, because right here I have already done so a little bit, and I'm going to continue to make it a lot more flat, and as well as right here adjacent to the switch, right here up until when it starts to basically split. This right here is where I would stop, right here. So now we're going to take the Dremel to do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sand the stock now. We're going to sand the inside starting first. We're going to sand it with 80 grit. 80 grit, it's really abrasive. You can do this with your hands. You basically sand the inside going up and down on the actual stock itself and on the handguard as well. It will also vary how hard you do it, how long you do it. So if you say like medium strength, going up each section, so starting here to down here, just basically above the trigger guard screw hole. Well, from here to here, you sand the inside only, not the outside. And say about like sand 10 minutes, medium strength, and that's just using with your hands. You're already able to use this. I don't know if you can do it on a little sander, never tried, but 80 on the inside. Now we have our 120 grit sandpaper and our tool that we're going to be using, and now we're going to basically now sand the outside of the stock, starting with 120 grit sandpaper. I also do suggest to get the big sheets, just so when let's say if you need more sandpaper, when you cut them up into 4 squares, throw the other one on. I can put a new one in on your sander or this tool, or just now I just sanded the entirety of the outside stock. I went ahead and used an orbital sander just to speed things up. It will give the exact same results as if you did it by hand or a tool. I did the handguard as well. This is what it will look like. She looked white, super scratched. You see on the white right there. And then right here during the sanding part, the sanding phase, now this looks a lot more better right here. As shown, butt plates, not 100% perfect, we're still working our way up there, as you can see. With the little Dremel tool, I did try to shave this as flat as I could, just so it's not as noticeable, but it's a lot better than last time. So now we're basically done with 120. If you're doing with the orbital sander, like medium pressure, take about like the whole section, like less than 20 minutes. 20, like I'd say ideally 10 minutes. Working on 220 right now. Slowly as you start to sand, you're gonna see it. That's hot. It's gonna become a lot more smoother. Everything's gonna have its time. So be patient with it. This process takes, I'd say, like a whole day, a couple hours if you're like done it 100 times like I have. But take your time with it. Even if you're doing it by hand, you have a lot more control how much you actually take off. So yeah, now we're gonna start sanding with 222. Yes, this is what it looks like. You might tell a small difference so far, less flaky. Now we're moving on to the 320. Now, when you start sanding, you're gonna notice we're going up in increments, just so we get rid of the small dents, impacts, and smoothing out anything, any uneven sides. So now we're getting almost halfway there. Now I'm taking my time, making sure I'll stop every 1 or 2 minutes just to check out my work. It's pretty good so far. We're not done yet. And yeah, and this is what it looks like of the 320. Now you start to see now it's getting a lot more smooth, a lot less flaky. But it's starting to look a little bit better. There's the impact dent from before. And then here's the handguard. It's getting a lot more flat now. As you can see, now we're almost getting close to the finished product. And now going to the 400 now. We're still one more step to get to these grits. These are very, 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 very important because what we're basically doing, we're doing the prep work for water sanding, which is the key to make your stock feel really grippy, really nice. And yeah, and this is what it looks like. You can't really tell much of a difference because it's a little bit higher. But now we're pretty much done with all the prep work for the base of the stock and the handguard. Now we're gonna move on to 800. We want to 800, and this one you want to do by hand actually. So if you're using orbital sander or the tool, this. Now you want to start using it by hand. The reason being is that when you start to water sand, it's going to feel a lot more different. It's going to look a lot more different than what it already is already. And you want to have control of how much grippiness you want on the stock. And to do that, you're going to need to do it by hand. This part is pretty quick. You want to have water with you, like a bottle of water, or just spray like a section with hose water, like right here on the base, and just wet the stock and the paper, and then circular motions. You want to start sanding where the water is at, and keep adding water to the whole thing. To the whole thing on the outside. You just work on the outside. To the whole thing. And then once you're done, you want to rinse. You're gonna rinse it off entirely. So you're gonna get rid of all the microfiber dust particles. All of it off. And then you're gonna move on to the 1000 grit. 1000 grit. And 2000 grit. Same process. Very important. Like I said, work in sections, water the stock and the paper, and then rinse it off entirely. We're going on to the next tier of sandpaper. So now we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and skip to once we're basically done with the whole stock and the handguard. So now I'm pretty much done with the sanding process itself. It looks a lot better. The dents are majority gone. Yeah, now it should feel a lot more rough, like a good kind of rough, like it won't slip out of your hand kind of rough. And same thing with the handguard. Basically just waiting for it to dry. It's a little bit of water, but it should be fine. Now the final step, you're going to finish the stock with glue gun. The reason being is that when now the smoke, it's pretty smoky as it is. Now we're going to try to bring out the color. This will it'll feel a little bit slippery, but it will, once you actually use it, get your hand oils on it. Now it'll start to become like really nice, really rough. You only need to do it like 1-2 coats just to bring out the color. Nothing too crazy. So put some glue on, towel, spray it a bit, give a good spray, maybe spray a little bit on the stock, and then basically go over the whole thing. And it's going to dry. That's where you're going to do like 2, maybe 3, but 2 is all you need just to bring out the color. You can kind of tell this versus this. Yeah, right here. And then you're going to leave your stock outside for the day, just so the oils of the glue gun can really settle into the stock, basically. But this I've been doing for so many years now.
Music licensing.
I've been doing this for all my setups, so for competition, these previous Daytona. It's working very well, way better than when you're competing. Your hands get sweaty. This method of sanding can combat that. It will help you throw those Floridians, those quad lefts, those really high aerial moves that spin really fast that you need to catch. Those will most definitely help you. As you can tell, right here, hand guard, stock looks Now I'll pretty much add a little bit more finisher. Just pretty much leave this out for a day. You may want to add on one more coat of Goo Gone before it hits night. Other than that, this stock's pretty much good to go for a setup. And now this is the finished product. Looks absolutely amazing. Might have to hit a little bit more Goo Gone, but that's, yeah, on this side, but that's pretty much it. That's what it looks like. As it is, just enough to bring the color out. The handguard itself looks nice. It's a little bit more Goo Gone. But after you're done pretty much putting Goo Gone on your whole stock, leave it outside for a day. Yeah, you can tell the color's already popped. Looks a lot better. Right here is really messed up. This is pretty much fixed. It's a little bit cracky, but that's, you know, what can you expect? It's a lot better if this was super beat as it is. Let me add a little bit more Goo Gone and then I'm gonna show this stock one final time. Pretty much it's really nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have guys any questions, tag me in Discord. I am Isai Casasola with the pt.1 Elite and member Cincy Jewelers. This video has been a collaboration with Wesley Woods. And yeah.